Testing. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Aranzi, and I'm an alumni of MUSICAMBIA. And I just want to point out something. We're in kind of rarefied air with this, and I got caught up in that with the bassoon and the winds. This is what you're hearing and experiencing is the fruit of transformed lives. We need to keep that in mind. Like, you've seen stuff, and mine is no exception, all over the internet and the news, on maybe our lowest day. And in a lot of ways, for some of us, this is our greatest day. That's pretty profound. This is different. I hope you catch that. Okay. Don't want to get too deep. I have a offshoot of MUSICAMBIA. They bring music instruction into general population in prisons. I started a not-for-profit with Jesse and Nate. I'm the founder, a group called the Jeptha Group, with the Thompsons and Kenyatta helping me lead now. We're beginning our third year, or just concluding our third year. And yeah, our mission is to bring music therapy into the mentally ill in prison, the forgotten of the forgotten. Jan is leading our workshop now. Yep. And we hope to be growing soon. I'm talking to a couple in our county and in Syracuse, New York, and others. We hope to add a few to our roster soon. And I'd just like to have a moment of silence for those men that are suffering mental illness and the duly addicted behind the wall, the forgotten of the forgotten. So if you could just bow your head for a minute, just think for a moment of the forgotten. And Brad was on to something else. This is a sacred space. I think we've achieved that, and remembering those is important. Kind of why we're here. It's a partnership, the Jeptha Group, with MUSICAMBIA. Close partnership, long-standing, going back to when I was a participant and after. We're going to do a Peace of Mind tonight. We're also developing, getting into leadership development, both myself and Kenyatta, and an IPA that's still behind the wall, Mo Mansuri, and he's got a couple of guys that he's bringing up with him. And more importantly, Stephanie Thompson encouraged us, building community, right? And we're beginning to do that, and I've got some ideas I want to talk to her tomorrow about, because that's really what this is about. And we're, Isaiah, the guy that runs the Carnegie Hall part of this as an alumni, mentioned it yesterday on a Zoom call. A few years ago, there was 3, 4, 5 of us, and now there are 15. And if we keep up that trajectory, this is going to be something in a few years, pretty quick. Told you, gonna get deep. All right, so my piece tonight, Autumn. Autumn is a pandemic piece. Wrote it during the pandemic, the entire pandemic. That says a lot, and it's epic. I had to look up the definition of epic because we use that word a lot. But it means a little bit different, and it's kind of better, the actual definition. It means a long poem, typically one derived from ancient oral tradition. It's narrating the deeds of a hero. Now, I wouldn't say this is about a hero unless holding out hope and keeping love alive is heroic. And in some way today that is. If you really think, coming from the world. I wrote this piece in 3 kind of separate chunks. And the first chunk over 2 years, you'll hear is kind of the beginning, and it's anticipation and waiting, which Autumn often begins with. There's kind of a plunking sound early on with the keys, kind of symbolizing dangling leaves. That was kind of one phase. The next phase was very dynamic and almost turmoil and powerful kind of change. Hopefully you'll hear that. Kind of the blasts of cold up in Syracuse. And it has these striking colors that are kind of world-renowned in the first couple of weeks of October. Very colorful and percussive and loud. The third phase was painful. It was the ending of an engagement for me. I wrote it, and I climbed into the music, literally. It was kind of like a little cocoon that I entered during a very difficult time. And it was much like, it was jarring and fearful. And but it seemed to be natural as part of life in a way, and it resolves into winter, kind of a long silence. And I'm wondering if you kind of hear this in this piece called Autumn, and whether you can hear the nature of autumn. So with that, I turn it over to Laura and Nate, who are going to perform this piece of mine. I was supposed to, by the way, well, I won't say that. I was supposed to play a piece on it, but 2 weeks ago I worked too much overtime, and I played my practicing last week, and I was exhausted, brain jello. I couldn't get around to practicing. I just couldn't do it. I watched the Mets game and don't even know who won. But they did win, by the way. And the Yankees, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so here we go with the one. Is it one?